get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Part 3, gang, y'all, let's get it, y'all. Part 3, gang, y'all, let's get it. Like, just subscribe, y'all, let's get it. Let's go. That joke was crazy, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. Just to hear that man say that in front of everybody, like, you know what I mean? Like, it was wild, man. I'm standing there by the steps, like, that man just said, man, your cousin is a boy. Like, straight up. I was like, oh my God. I was like, man, this is crazy right here, man. I was like, this is crazy right here. That man just told him, man, his cousin is a boy, man. But he was. And he was charging for his services, man. That's what he was doing, man. So Dink needed to realize that. Dink was like, and you know what? Man, y'all go ahead and do y'all, man. Y'all can get married, all I care, man. I don't care what y'all do, man. He hit the steps. He was like, hey, open 26 up. Open 26. Lady was like, I'm opening all the doors. You gotta wait. He was like, then went on the rail. He was like, I'm coming up the steps like, y'all crazy, man. Lady opened all the doors up. He stormed in the cell. I walk in the joint. I was like, you all right, man? He was like, John crazy, Weezy, man. You know what, though, man? He's like, man, like, you know, he gonna be a boy. He gonna be a boy, man. I ain't gonna let it happen on my watch, man. I was like, what you mean happen on your watch, man? He was like, man, oh, man, I ain't gonna let it happen on my watch. That's what I'm saying. I said, bro, what you gonna do, man? He was like, don't worry about it. He was like, just put it this way. He ain't gonna make it. He ain't gonna be in here long enough to mess with my cousin. He ain't gonna be. I was like, yo, bro. I was like, man, for real, man, you wildin', man. And like, you know what I mean? Like, I skipped the part 2. Y'all apologize because, like, before I had came upstairs and, you know what I mean, and seeing all of that after dude screamed on him and told him that basically his cousin is a boy and all of that, like, I had hollered at my man, you know what I mean? And like, I was telling my man before I went upstairs, like, yo, bro, like, for real, my roommate wildin', man. Like, I never seen nobody behave like that. Don't get me wrong. I know this is like a traumatizing situation that he's in. You see what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, what can you do? There's nothing you really can do when it's like this. All the stories that I be saying like this, there's nothing you can do. You can't change nobody, man. You know what I mean? So I just was feeling like it was too much shake, rattling, and rolling and talk about shake, rattling, and rolling and people that don't like shake, rattling, and rolling and all of that going on all at once, man. So like, I didn't want to break the bad news to him. But he made it more easier for me when I came up the stairs and he told me what he was saying about, dude ain't gonna be in the block long enough to do this and do that. Like, he started sounding like a cop, man, an informant, man. That's what he started sounding like, and it was scaring me. But I already knew that it was gonna get to something like this anyway. You know what I mean? So like, the talk that I had with my man, I was already like, you know what? I'm just gonna move out the room. Even though I like 26, I was like, I'm gonna try to move to cell 35, which was on the other side, which the cell my man was in too. Another dude I didn't know, and he was from Norfolk. You know what I mean? His roommate had just went to the kitchen, so he was in the cell dolo. You know what I mean? He was on the bottom rack, but me and him was cool enough that I would go on the top rack. Even though I like the bottom rack, I'll go on the top rack with him just to get away from this situation. You know what I mean? So like, I didn't want to be the bearer of bad news to tell him what I was about to do, but like, he made it more easier for me, man, the way he was talking. He was talking stupid, man. Like, he was just like crazy, infatuated with breaking up this situation, man. I know a lot of y'all in the comments, a lot of y'all that's watching this will probably say that y'all would probably do the same thing. If y'all had a family member that was in there wilding out like this, charging people for his services, like, y'all probably be on the same type of time, and I would respect it. You got to do what you got to do, man, but you're not changing nobody, and that's just the bottom line. So after he vented out and said what he was going to do, I said, yo, bro, listen, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I said, you can get the bottom bunk. He was like, what? I was like, bro, you can get the bottom bunk. He was like, why you say that? He said, I said, because, bro. I said, man, tomorrow I'm gonna go holler at the unit manager, bro, and get moved in 35, bro. He was like, you about to move, Weezy? I was like, yeah, bro. Yeah, man. He was like, for real, man. I was like, yeah, bro. He was like, I mean, why though? Like, I said, bro, it's just too much talk about this stuff, bro. Like, I don't indulge, bro. Like, I know you don't, but like, it's just like you ready to do some crazy stuff, bro. I don't want no parts of it, bro. You know what I mean? I don't want. He was like, nah, you ain't got nothing to do with it. You ain't got nothing to do with it, man. But like, I'm just, man, I gotta do what I gotta do, Weezy, man. It's my family, Weezy, man. It's the person I grew up with. I know him since he was young, man. I know him. I'm like, shh, bro, do what you gotta do. You know what I mean? Do what you gotta do, man. He was like, man, look, Weezy, man, I respect it. I respect it, man. So he just left. You know what I mean? So I just left out the cell, you know what I mean? I went back to have Empire Rec. He just stayed in the cell looking like he was pitiful, sad, all the above, you know what I mean? So the next day rolled around. When the next day rolled around, man, I ended up going to holler at the unit manager, man. I made it happen. I made it happen, man. Unit manager told me it was cool for doing the 35, so he can come in there. I'm like, yeah. He went and told him it was cool. I got my stuff and I moved, man. You know what I mean? I went to cell 35, man. I just felt like it was a better situation. Like, you know, like as much as I was cool with Dink just had too much going on, y'all. So boom. But now Dink is in there with a whole nother roommate because they brought somebody out the hole. So, you know, whoever that was, you know what I mean? I guess they getting along, whatever the case, man. But I ain't even gonna hold y'all. It was a dude from Richmond that ended up touching the D block. You know what I mean? So he ended up getting the D block in the block. So when the D block hit, I didn't even know that Dink messed with the D block. He never messed with him. He was in the cell with me. But the dude that I'm in the cell with now from Norfolk, he messed with the D block. Like he wasn't a fiend out, but he'll get him a couple eggs. You know what I mean? Do what he gotta do. You know, some people mess with that. So when he got the junk, he was telling me, he was like, yo, bro, look, when I go to dude's cell, man, to get the D, he was like, guess who was in that junk grabbing something? I was like, who? He was like, man, Dink. I was like, Dink, for real? He was like, yeah. I was like, I ain't no Dink. He ain't never messed with that when I was in the cell with him. He was like, man, he was in there buying. He was like, when he seen me, he looked like he saw a ghost. You know what I mean? I'm like, man, I don't know what he got going on. You know what I mean? So I don't say nothing about it. So they called outside rec a little bit after that. So everybody went outside. It was a nice day. Everybody went outside. You know what I mean? So everybody out there, everybody working out, everybody talking, everybody moving around. It was a nice outside rec, one-time action. So everybody that went out, when we came back in, I was kind of one of the top 3 that came back in because I was outside working out because I had sweated. So I had got to the gate fast. I was like, I'm gonna take me a shower before we locked down. So I had got back quick before I could hop in the shower. My bag was already by the joint. So I was one of the top 3 that came back in. So when I come back in, we get up the steps fast and I shoot in the fire. When they open up the slider door, first person I saw was Dick sitting at the table watching Jerry Springer by himself. He was like this. He was like, I'm like, I run to the jump, shower bag right there, boom, boom, I get in the shower, boom, close the jump, boom. You know what I mean? So we in that jump, everybody taking their shower real fast, they lock down, it's time for lockdown, so I get out the shower, I go back up to cell 35. So when we locking down, as I'm walking up the steps, like, and it's only probably me and probably like 2 other dudes is in the shower, everybody else is in their cell. So as I'm coming up the steps, I look to the slider and I just seen the investigator and 2 CO dudes looking like they about to come in, but it wasn't the white dude, it was the lady. So they stand at the door. So I said, yo, hey, yo, the investigator about to come in the pod. The investigator about to come in the pod. Everybody was like, what? So, bro, the investigator, bro. So I guess everybody tightened up. Everybody on their doors. You know what I mean? So next thing you know, walking the jump, lady walking the jump. She was like, open up his door. So they let me in. Boom, I go on cell 35. I just stayed at the door and watch, see what they got going on. Look, you know what I mean? The lady walk around, she go back to the booth. The police go this way. She went back to the booth. Next thing you know, I don't know. I just heard a door open up. Door open up. She walked towards that way. You know what I mean? On the bottom tier. So she under me. I can't see what they're doing because it's under me. You know what I mean? So I'm like, so I'm on the door. I'm like, what's going on? Dude was like, she in cell 8. I was like, she in cell 8. Like, yeah, she in cell 8. Like, oh, shit. I'm like, oh, that's crazy. So they stay in there for a while. They come in and do count and everything. They still in there. I look, they must be got the 2 dudes that's in that cell, which is the booty bandit dude and somebody else standing by their cell. They ain't got them sitting at the table like they shaking their jaw down. So they in that jaw, they count it. You know what I mean? They count it. So after they counted, that's when they finally handcuffed them and put them in the shower. You know what I mean? So they in the shower while they counted and they in their cell shaking the junk down. So they shaking the junk down, shaking the junk down. So they come out the jump. I see the lady pull them out the shower and got them to the table. So she's talking to both of them. You know what I mean? She's talking to both of them. So you see both of them down there like, what do you see both of them down there handcuffed like, we don't know what you're talking about. What do you know what you're talking about? So she's explaining to them. Next thing you know, she was just like, and they took both of them and they locked both of them up, y'all. So boom. That jump was crazy. Everybody was like, yo, what's going on? So they lock them up. You know what I mean? So we come back out after they packed their stuff up. After the count, we came back out. So everybody out there like, yo, what happened, man? He was like, I don't know. You know what I mean? The dude roommate was like, man, like they found some D-block under his bed. He was like, man, he had some D-block under his bed. He was like, man, he must have been trying to hide it when they came in. So I'm like, some D block under the bed. I'm like, that junk crazy right there. But I didn't think of nothing really too crazy right then and there. But the booty bandit dude was gone. One of them. Just one of them, man. But this was the main one that was trying to mess with Nut. So I'm like, man, this junk crazy, man. So as soon as I just, when people was telling me the story, I had looked up at 26 and I seen my old cell. I seen the dude Dink standing up there and I looked, he was like, I looked up there, we made eye contact. He was like, then he moved his face. He was like, I was like, he's a freaking low down, dirty, rotten, crazy vato. I don't like that though, y'all. I don't like that. So boom. But still though, I didn't know what he done, but he basically told me he was gonna get rid of the dude. The dude is gone. So 1 + 1 = what? 2. He got rid of the dude. I know he did, man. I know he got rid of the dude, man. So I'm just like, this dude, wow. I was like, that was a wild move. Like, he really trying to save his cousin like that. So I look up, he come down the steps. He talking to his cousin now. Peanut looking all stupid. Peanut don't care. Peanut looking crazy. Peanut look at the dumb face. Peanut got the face looking like, you know what I mean? And you see goddamn, you see Dink talking to him. Dink having a conversation with him. Yeah, bro, talking to him. I'm looking like, man, this is a wild play right here. So everybody like, man, that's wild, man. Like, that's crazy. I can't believe that dummy got caught. I can't believe that idiot got caught with the D block. So everybody was just like, man. And I alerted everybody. And let them know that the investigator was coming in the pod. That means tighten up. They coming to hit somebody. The man still went to the Bing, man. So like, you know, I don't really think that Peanut really cared. You know what I mean? Because he charged for his services. So he's not going to be the only shake, rattle, and roll in the building. You know what I mean? He dude was just one of the most consistent tricks. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, like Dink thinking he saved the day, but he didn't. And I wanted to tell him that, but like I said, I was out of it. I'm watching all this from afar now, y'all. I can't tell him now, like, bro, listen, bro. Look what you doing, bro. Like, this is stupid right here. I gotta let him live his life, y'all. So boom. So a couple of days go by. Booty Bandit sent word back, man. Somebody lined him up. Somebody put something under his bed. He don't mess with no D block. He never messed with the D block a day in his life. So like everybody was like, yo, that is true. You know what I mean? Even the dude from Richmond that had the D block, he was like, yeah, dude don't be buying no D block. He was like, look, I had just got the D block, shorty. Like the first people that hollered at me, shorty, in this pod, I know who bought for me in this pod, shorty. He was like, your roommate bought for me. He was like, the white dude bought for me. And he was like, Dink bought something from me. I was like, Dink bought something from me. He was like, yeah. I was like, Dink bought something from you. He was like, yeah. I was like, he messed with that shit. He was like, I mean, I thought he did. I was like, I just kept it quiet though. I ain't want to, you know what I mean? He was like, that's crazy. But yeah, dude ain't buying nothing from me. Dude ain't buying nothing. I'm just like, that joke crazy. So everybody was, you know what I mean? Just trying to figure out what was going on. I knew what was going on, but I didn't want to just bring that to the table, even though this guy's a rat. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, like I don't care how you put it. You ratted, bro. You know what I mean? Like you trying to save your cousin. You trying to do whatever you got to do. You still told the investigator, bro. You wrote a kite to somebody or you did something. I don't know what it was, but he did something to get them people in our block. So I'm just gonna stay away from him, man, because this got to do with booty banditism, and I don't got nothing to do with no booty banditism, y'all. Like they got their stuff going on. I'm gonna stay out there. I'm gonna stay out their business, and that's just what it is. So a couple more days go by. Booty bandit dude is not getting out the hole. You know what I mean? He's duct tape. He's done for. Man. Dink, he's moving around feeling like he did accomplish something. You know what I mean? He accomplished something, all right, man. I promise you, man. I was getting out the shower, man. And saw one of the craziest things I ever saw in my life, man, in prison, man. And I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. It terrified me slightly, like, because I wasn't used to seeing this. It was wild, but I am in the first shower, you know what I mean? I went and took me a shower in the first shower, so I got my shower covered up. I'm downstairs, though. I got the shower covered up. Take a shower. I get out the shower to hear people talking beside me in the next shower. But I'm like, people. So I hear some voices. I'm like, and I hear like, hold on, move over there. You stepped on my foot. I'm like, you stepped on my foot? So I come out the joint. I'm like, when I look, it was a white sheet just covering the whole shower, the middle shower. So I'm like, somebody was like, move, you stepped on my feet. I'm like, you stepped on my feet. So I walk out. I'm like, everybody looking like they having a menage in the shower right next to you. I was like, what? They was like, yeah, the dude Peanut in there with the dude that shake, rattle, and roll and his boy. I'm like, what? He like, yeah, they all in there, 3 of them in there. I was like, 3 people in the shower, bro. He was like, 3 people in the shower. I was like, man, you lying, man. You lying, man. That's my word. I stood right there at the bench. My homeboy was like, yeah, they gotta come out to jump word. He finally took the shit down. First person to come out was the dude that messed with the boy. He come out. proud. He like this. He came out like this. He was like, tried his feet off. Tried off some more. He was like, next thing you know, you see the boy come out. He had a little short boy. He looked like he was about 48 in the face. He come out. He was like, "CEO, open up our door. CEO, open up our door." That joint didn't even make sense. It said, "CEO, open up our door. Open up our door." CEO opened him up. Push, pause. This word they going, he said. He was like, "Man, who else, man? This word, we look. We just seen goddamn Peanut coming out the jump. Peanut came out the jump like this. He threw his towel in his back. He was like, he walked away like everything was all lovely, y'all. So boom. This man was in the shower having a menage. What is going on in the world? This was crazy, man. I was like, oh, 3 people in the shower? I was like, yo, this is crazy right here, man. This is crazy right here. Date was in nowhere in sight. Date was in nowhere in sight. I promise you, this nigga took a shower. Next thing you know, after they took a shower, they met back out in the pod. They down there jump making a meal. They up there cutting up the pickle and the sausage. They doing everything. It's all three of them at the table. They right there getting it right. Getting it right, getting it right. Dink finally come out for sale break. Dink came out. Dink was like, "Hey, Nut." He was like, "What?" He was like, "Yo, come here, Nut." Nut was like, no, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. Word, when Nut got up, man, Nut had his shirt tied up. I didn't see it because he had his back to, man, Nut had his shirt tied up through this part. Like, I don't even want to demonstrate it. I'm not going to demonstrate it, I promise y'all. The man had his shirt in a knot going through this. So the jump was like, his stomach was out, like, pause. Like, I was like, when I seen that jump, he was like, no, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. This word. Dick was like, "What you doing down there, man? What you doing, man? I told you, man. I warned you, man. You better stop playing with me, man. You better stop playing with me, man. All right. Dick, just go back in the cell. This is my word." I'm like, wow, like, it jump crazy. But this is my word. Dude to sleep next to us in 35. He pull up. He was like, "Hey, look." He said, "Man, Dick acting like he did something by getting rid of dude, because everybody already know he got rid of dude." He was like, "But what do you think? That man ain't gonna rent his services out to nobody." He said, "Man, as soon as he left, man, the dude that messed with the other boy was down on him, man, giving him commissary, man." I was like, "For real, man?" He was like, "Yeah, they renting him out now." I was like, "Renting him out?" He was like, "Yeah, they paying the nigga." He was like, he was like, "Yeah, they paying him. I seen it." I'm like, that shit crazy. I was like, Dink better sit his dumb ass down. That's what Dink better do, man. So like, just with all of that going on, man, he done got rid of somebody by ratting on him. You know what I mean? Basically lining him up on some bullshit, planting some shit in the man's cell. The man went and started messing with somebody else that fast. Like I say though, you can do whatever you have to do, man. You're not gonna beat the gay out of him, y'all. So boom. You're not, man. You can't stop it, man. Like it's not gonna happen. Period, man. So like, I don't know what Dink was thinking. I don't know what Dink was thinking, but this is what's going on right now. He's messing with the dude and his boy. You know what I mean? So like, that was just crazy. He had looked real comfortable. He had his shirt tied up now. He was full-fledged boy. He was a full-fledged boy, man. I was like, that's crazy, man. Like, what could Dink do though? Dink can't do nothing but watch it, man. So Dink just stayed in the cell. Lady called standby for dinner. He come out the jump found. He come out. He come downstairs. He look up. He seen bro standing right by their cell. He said that the dude Nut was standing right with them, right over there, right by them. You know what I mean? This word. I move over kind of like over there by the benches. So I put I sit on the bench. Nah, it's tall. So I'm sitting like this way. You know what I mean? It's like the benches ain't really tall, so I'm sitting like this. I got my back to it, so I'm like this. But the whole time, bro, was like right there. So then he come out. He start walking loud too, like. He walked past the first time. When the second lap, he was like, "Hey, come here, man." He grabbed my shirt. He's like, come here. He messed up his shirt. He was like, "Man, take that. Get your shirt. Fix your shirt, man. What's wrong with you, man? What's wrong with you?" He mushed him. He mushed him. He was like, "Man, what's wrong with you, man?" No, it's like, "Stop. You better stop. Stop touching me. Stop touching me. You gonna stop touching me right now. You gonna stop freaking touching me." He was like, "Man, what's your problem, man? What you got going on, man? What you doing with them, man?" Dude was like, "Yo, look, man. I ain't dude though, man. Look, for real though, bro. Keep me out of what y'all got going on, bro. Keep me out of what you got going on, cause this man a grown man. This man a grown man, man. We got him until tomorrow, man. We paid to have him until tomorrow." He was like, "What?" He was like, we paid to have him until tomorrow. Do you understand English? I looked at Dink. Everybody got quiet in the pod. Everybody was like, he had nothing to say, y'all. So boom, he was like, all right, all right. You got that. 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 He just walked away. I was like, Peanut was like, look, don't worry about him. Look, he's not my boss. He's just my cousin. He's not my boss. Don't worry about him. He my cousin, not my boss. He kept saying that he ain't nobody. He ain't nobody. He just my cousin, not my boss. He just my cousin. That John sounded crazy. I'm like, man, dude, wow, man. So I could tell Dick was irritated by this whole thing. He was upset that he just witnessed all of this. You know what I mean? He thought he saved the day, but bro, you didn't save the day, bro. But you think that's the only man that was shake, rattle, and rolling? You think that's the only man that's gonna pay some honey buns and cinnamon rolls to mess with this guy? No, it's a lot of other inmates, man. So like, he didn't fix the problem, man. He just put a Band-Aid on it, y'all. That junk was crazy, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. But I already knew, like I say, he was upset about this. So he go to chow hall. He don't even eat his tray. He put his tray up and just dip. I don't even know who he gave his tray to. So he dipped. He come back. While we was going, he was already walking past us, coming back. So he came back. You know what I mean? So everybody just went to eat. We came back. We came back in. He was just sitting on the bench like this. He was like, everybody came back. He went hop on the phone. He was like, people coming back in. He was like, he got on the phone. You see him turn his back to the party. He was like, start using the jacket. He said, hey, Nut, hey, come here. Come here, Nut. Nut was like, no, I'm not talking to you. He was like, your mom on the phone. Yeah. Your auntie and your mom on the phone. Nut was like, I don't want to talk to them. I don't want to teach. Like, no, you gonna talk to them. They're your family. Come get on this phone. Come get on this phone. Nut was like, he had to really think about it. He was like, he walked over there. He said, here. Grabbed the phone. He was like, hello? Mom, Mom, I'm getting paid for it, Mom. See, y'all don't understand. See, I'm going to do it when I come home for real money. Nah. Because the people I'm dealing with now putting money on my books. Dick heard that. Dick was like, Dick just took off that way. This word Dick go towards the booty bandit dude's cell. He was like, hey, man. Hey, look, man. Stop sending my cousin. So so Peanut is still on the phone. This is my word. Dick went over to the booty bandit dude's cell. He said, man, look. Hey, man, stop putting money on my cousin books, man. I'm telling you, man. Leave him alone, man. Leave him alone. Dude was like, man, listen, man. That man owe me right now because he owe me until tomorrow, man. So tomorrow you can have him to do whatever you want, man. But right now, we owe us. He owe us. The boy came to the door and was like, yeah, he owe us until tomorrow. I was like, oh, my God. He was like, Dick was like, man, he ran back to the phone. He grabbed the phone. He's like, look, y'all better talk to him, man, if I hurt him, man. I'm letting y'all know now, this is last warning. This is last warning, man. Here, he gave the phone back to Peanut. Peanut was like, I don't know what's wrong with Dick. He too hostile. Yeah, he hostile. Yeah, he too hostile. I don't, look, none of y'all can tell me. I'm grown. All right, bye. And he hung up on his people's y'all. Boom. Conversation was over with like that fast. Dick ran back up to the cell. This word, Dick went back up to the cell. Dick went in that jump. I looked up. When y'all see, I just see him sitting on the box like that. He was going like this. He was strapping them shoes up. He was getting them shoes tied nice and tight. This word, he came out of steps. He came out and said, he was like, came out of steps like bad dudes. He walked over there. He was like, yo, what's up, man? What's up, man? What's good, man? I'm trying to see you, man. I'm trying to see you, man. What's up, man? You don't keep messing with my cousin. Watch out. He telling the boy, watch out. The boy was like, I ain't finna let you fight. Dude was like, move. Dude telling the boy, move. Move the fuck out the way. Move the fuck out the way. So everybody looking like, what the fuck is Dink doing, man? Dink wilding the fuck out. Niggas like, yo, this nigga Dink is wilding, man. He was like, watch out. Watch out. He told the boy, move out. The boy move out the way. This word, Dink going that bitch. They start going. That shit was like King Kong versus Godzilla. Man, all you heard was, Ain't fuck you, my cousin, nigga. Your cousin a boy, nigga. They was in that bitch thumping, you hear me? Man, they was in that bitch rumbling. I looked, I was like, oh shit. I'm like, what the fuck? The boy was like, that nigga like he was playing double dutch. That nigga said, and then jumped in that motherfucker. That nigga was like, he started wailing on goddamn dick. I'm like, oh shit. I look at Peanut. Peanut was like, Peanut was watching that shit. I'm like, oh, Peanut about to jump in. Help your motherfucking cousin, Peanut. Peanut was like, he jumped in that motherfucker. It was a 3-on-1. I said, oh shit. Hey, 3-on-1 that nigga. I said, oh my God. I couldn't believe this shit. Man, I promise you, I couldn't believe that shit. Man, it was a 3-on-1. And it was banking Dink, man. It was banking his brains out in that bitch. I was like, oh shit, they got him dude overpowered Dink. Cause Dink trying to block the punches. The dude that's not the dude that messed with the boy, he overpowered Dink. He get Dink up. Boom, he dumped Dink. Dink on the ground, balled up. Then that bitch getting it to Dink. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, oh shit. I'm looking at that shit. I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, damn, niggas was like, man, that shit crazy, man. That shit crazy. Dudes went over there, was like, man, fuck that shit, man. Y'all chill out, man. Y'all chill out. So everybody kept going to the door. Y'all chill, man. Everybody yelling. Next thing you know, you're, it was like, yo, the lady got a gun. The lady got the gun. This word, everybody started moving out the way. They said it's right there on the bottom tail where he rumbling the nigga at. This is my word. It was like, yo, lady got the gun. Police running that motherfucker. Police running that motherfucker, man. Grab all they dumb ass. Man, running that bitch and get. I was like, oh shit. They got all these motherfuckers handcuffed. They all sitting down there looking dumb as a bitch. We all locked in the cell looking at this shit like, this shit crazy as a motherfucker. The lieutenant dude, if this was anybody else, he wouldn't even want no explanation. He was like, what the hell is going on in here? What the hell is going on in here? Who gonna speak up first? Who gonna speak up first? The dude that's the booty bandit dude, he was like, man, he got mad because his cousin a boy, man. His cousin a boy. The boy was like, and he was messing with us, and he was around us, and he got mad and came and tried to fight us. He looked at Peanut for the last word. He was like, what happened? Peanut was like, my cousin jealous. He act like he want me. I don't do ancestors. CO was like, Sergeant was like, he like he wanted to Earl. He was like, ugh. So all this is you trying to stop your cousin? Man, look, lock all their ass up, man. Boy was like, nah, I ain't trying to go. They locked all their dumb ass up. I was like, oh shit. So they took all them out, came back and packed all this shit. I was like, damn. So we got rid of, you know what I mean? Like that shit was crazy, man. Like to see all them go, it was nuts, man. But like, you know, it happens, man. It happens, man. But them dudes that mess with them boys, they don't give a fuck about going no hole. You know what I mean? They went to the hole. They all linked back up in 2 building, man. I don't know how they all got back up in 2 building. I'll say like months later, I seen all of them in 2 building. And I ain't talking about Dink. I'm talking about Peanut, the fucking boy, and the dude. They all was together in 2 building, the 2D pod, man. And they all look like one big happy family. You know what I mean? Dink got out the hole. Dink went back to 4 building. Dink stayed in 4 building, man. Like when I seen him again, like me and him had conversations after he had went to the hole and did all of that shit, man. Like, you know what I mean? He was like, man, his mama came and seen him when he was in the hole. You know what I mean? So, you know, when you in the hole, you get the non-contact visit and shit. You behind the glass. And they give you a little bit longer because there's nobody in there for real. He said his mama told him straight up, mind your motherfucking business. He said, that's what I'm gonna do now. He said, man, I ain't getting in that shit, man. I was like, bro, I been told you that shit, bro. You know what I mean? He was like, yeah, you right, man. I was like, bro, your ass crazy. So like, me and him never was in a cell no more, dumb cool, but like, you know what I mean? He looked like he learned his lesson. You can't beat the gay out of him, man. Man like to get shit rattled and rolled on. That's just what it is. You know what I mean? So everybody I got out the hole after that situation, man. But for real, like, the only person that suffered was the dude that got caught with that D block. He was the one that never got out of the hole, man. That joint was crazy. He was a sacrificial lamb. That's a word. He was someone that got sacrificed, man. But that shit was crazy, man. I'll never forget that, man. But that was a crazy situation. That's the end of the damn story, y'all. I appreciate y'all for watching another one, man. Y'all already know what it is, man. Stay y'all ass out the way. Period, man. It's the weekend. Let's do the right thing. Let's be good out here, man. Let's stay out here with our family. Period. But y'all already know what it is, man. This was the weekend banger. That's what I need y'all to do. Like, share, subscribe, let's get it. Let's go. But be safe out there, people. And stay your ass out the way.
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. love. Stay out the way. Chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way. Kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way. Mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way. Stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.